Engineering the perfect season is brought to you by GMC.
A veteran safety, known for his hard hits, faces a moment of truth.
Things had gotten to the point where you're like, man, I have to do something. I got to figure this thing out.
Can a technology designed to stop a bullet help NFL players stay on the field?
When you play for this long, you're always looking for something that's the next step.
At 34, Ryan Clark is one of the oldest safeties in the league, and he wants to keep playing as long as possible.
Hard hits define the game. Bodies get banged up. The longer a player's career, the more likely it is that he'll suffer a serious injury.
Yeah, I started playing football when I was 5. My dad was the coach. I went to high school as a quarterback. One game they didn't have DBs to play nickel. I got 3 interceptions. I never played another down offense again. It's not always just the big hits that have effects down the line. You hit somebody every play, that's affecting. Your brain is being rattled.
The NFL is a $10 billion a year industry, and the league is more concerned than ever with keeping its players safe. Redskins training camp, August 26th, 2014.
The NFL suspends safety Brandon Merriweather after another helmet-to-helmet hit. Obviously, you're talking about the Brandon Merriweather hit on Torrey Smith.
Fellow safety Ryan Clark takes questions from the press.
When did you last get fined, and what helped you turn it around?
Some of those situations, I've cut guys. I've hit guys extremely low. I've been flagged a lot in the last 2 years, but I haven't been fined.
Statistically, you're older. Do you dial it down? Are you more cautious?
Oh, no.
Knocks him off his feet. Incomplete pass.
Throw caution to the wind, and that's how you have to play this game.
The length of an average NFL career is 3.3 years. Ryan Clark has been playing in the league for more than a decade.
Onto their seats.
When a guy has a bad game or a bad year in year 5 or 6 who's a really good player, they say, oh, he just had an off year. He just had a bad game. When a guy has a bad game or is a little cautious in year 13, oh, he's lost it. He doesn't want to do it anymore. You aren't as fast in some situations or aren't as quick. So what you do is you beat the game mentally.
The 2012 season was tough for the hard-hitting Clark, who suffered 2 concussions within 3 weeks.
I have my wife asking me, hey, look, how many of these are you going to take?
That's when fellow safety Troy Polamalu introduced Clark to Kevlar, widely known for its use in body armor and bulletproof plating.
Stops a bullet. I mean, it's got to help me.
To prevent injuries during a long, punishing season, pro football players are wrapping themselves in the latest technology, like Kevlar. The GMC Sierra also offers the latest technology to help keep you safe. Its driver alert seat gives directional vibrations when you've wandered to the left or to the right, or are approaching another car too fast. The GMC Sierra, that's professional grade.
It's estimated that a football hit contains 1,600 pounds of force per square inch. Kevlar's fiber composite is engineered to reduce the impact of force on the body.
When the impact hits, it actually comes in and springboards out, and then it takes that energy and dissipates it laterally.
A number of companies are using this military-grade technology to reinforce football players' pads. Unequal, one of these companies, believes that Kevlar and helmets can reduce the frequency of injuries.
It all changes at that moment of impact when that hit, all that G-force is concentrated into a single point coming into your head. We take that energy, we dissipate it, we absorb it, and then disperse it over the full surface area of the pad.
Ryan Clark is one of a handful of players that have begun to use Unequal's helmet pads.
I just got the Unequal in my helmet. I make this big hit on Ray Rice. I was apprehensive because I was like, man, got these concussions. If I get another one, I might not be able to play again. And I hit him and it was hard, and I was like, I didn't even feel that.
He called out his helmet. He's tapping his helmet saying, Unequal, it works.
Kevlar, it's a very sturdy material, and it's protective, and it's flexible. I know I stick my face in on plays, and I hit linemen face to face, and I get up, and I think to myself, hey man, that was a tough blow that could have knocked me out, and I barely feel it.
Ryan Clark is enjoying another productive season. his 13th. His success with the helmet pad has led him to use more Kevlar, a custom undershirt with unequal pads sewn in, a shoulder pad to protect his AC joint. To keep his NFL dream alive a bit longer, the veteran defender now suits up each week in the same technology that protects our soldiers.
When it's time to retire, which is sooner than later, I know that, I'll miss the boys, man. I haven't had to grow up. I get to play a game while other people are sitting at a desk doing like real work. I'm sitting in a meeting watching football and learning plays, and to find something else that gives you that chemistry, that camaraderie, that love, that'll be the hard part.
As with any new technology, players and teams can be hesitant to adopt it at first, but if these composite pads fortified with Kevlar really work as well as advertised, you can bet it's only a matter of time before even more players start demanding them.
Engineering the perfect season is brought to you by GMC.
A visionary team owner.
A lot of it's about speed and grittiness.
A pair of bold young architects.
There's watching a game on TV, but there's being here.
67,000 screaming fans, and a Guinness Book record shattered.
He must have knocked 5 guys down on the way to the end zone. The beast is alive and well.
The Seahawks had a great season last year. They're defending Super Bowl champs. Many fans believe at least some of their success is directly tied to this stadium. It has a smaller footprint, but the design seems to amplify the sounds inside. It has a world record for being loud. They call it the home of the 12th man.
We did things differently, and that's why it's cool. Sometimes you do things differently and it doesn't work out. There's so many little details here. Those piers, the concrete piers and the seismic joints, the Hawk's Nest. That's the amazing thing about this project. It literally came off the drawing boards alive the way we drew it.
The vision for CenturyLink Field began nearly 20 years ago when Paul Allen bought the team and decided that the Seahawks would have to abandon the indoor comforts of the Kingdome and take their game outside. Allen brought together a team of architects from the firm AECOM, including John Nemeth and Christopher Mitchell.
What was the idea behind this place?
Well, it all started when Paul Allen said, I want that same kind of experience that I grew up with out at Husky Stadium. He wanted that collegiate atmosphere, something with people on top of the game.
It was loud.
And it was loud.
So there were all these discussions about what was a college experience like versus an NFL. It doesn't look so out of place now, but this was an alien when it opened. It was so different.
When you were coming up with the materials to build this place, were you thinking loud?
Back then, we didn't have computers, you didn't have the modeling capabilities, so when you're trying to minimize weight, well, you just use steel instead of concrete. Well, that made it loud, and it made it really loud.
You don't know if a car is fast till you road test it. You don't know if a stadium is loud till you add the fans. Just how loud? We're about to find out.
Advanced stadium engineering is helping teams harness the power of the 12th man. The GMC Yukon Denali uses purposeful design and engineering to raise its game too, with an acoustic laminated windshield, triple sealed doors, and an advanced Bose noise canceling system. It's designed to keep the noise outside, giving everyone inside a much quieter ride. The GMC Yukon Denali, that's professional grade.
2nd and 10 at the 33.
January 8th, 2011. The Seahawks are fighting for their lives against the Super Bowl champion Saints.
Left side. Finds a little bit of a hole, keeps his legs moving. He's across the 40.
When the Seahawks come from behind
He's on the run, Lynch. 40, pushes the man, 35, look at him go.
and
He's
score
down to
the winning
20,
touchdown,
15, he's a goal.
the crowd goes berserk.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
The sound generates seismic activity, and a small earthquake strikes downtown Seattle. The Beastquake, as it came to be known, confirmed what Seattle fans already knew. CenturyLink Field is really, really loud. But aren't all NFL stadiums loud? On September 15th, 2012, former Seahawk Joe Tafoya invited the Guinness Book of World Records to CenturyLink Field. in an effort to make history.
When you broke that record that night, what was the reading?
137.6.
And what does that mean? What's a 137.6?
Well, when you think of a jet engine being at 160 decibels up close, 137.6 is a tremendous roar to get out of any crowd or out of any piece of equipment.
CenturyLink Field has a clamshell roof covering 70% of the 67,000 seats. The roof is made up of two large arched canopies, parabolic, like satellite dishes, focusing sound waves and blasting them down to the field. The stadium's upper-level seats are stacked above the lower level, creating a kind of cantilever, cave-like overhang that has the deep resonance of a concert hall. Add to this the materials, metal, metal, and more metal. And you've got a stadium that's designed for maximum volume, like the carefully crafted body of a giant musical instrument. No part of CenturyLink Field represents the culture of the 12th man, the spirit of fan participation, better than the Hawk's Nest. 13 stories of pure metal. It's the homage to the college stadium of Paul Allen's memory. Bare bones, utilitarian, and loud.
All right, now we gotta see how much noise we can make. You ready?
All right, ready?
Come on, here we go.
Sunday, November 27th, 2005. In a dramatic overtime win, the Seahawks defeat the New York Giants, who are called for 11 false start penalties and 3 missed field goals. Courtesy of 67,000 screaming fans, Mike Holmgren dedicated the game ball to the crowd. What began as Paul Allen's vision has become a weapon in the hands of the NFL's most dominating 12th man.
The 12th man. You have to love the intimidation factor. Teams feel it when they come here to play. Still, rain or shine, come game day, Seattle still has to bring it. Playing in a stadium that has a reputation for being loud certainly helps. It's just one more way the Seahawks are engineering the perfect season.
Engineering the Perfect Season is brought to you by GMC.
A new technology enables young quarterbacks to take multiple reps without taking the hits.
This is mental preparation to get better at what you do.
A breakthrough in 3D gaming used to train fighter pilots gives a team the winning edge.
You have to be on the cutting edge if you want to be in an elite program.
Fam on two, brother, fam on 2, 1, 2, real fast.
They say it takes about 10,000 hours of practice to become an expert, and being a great quarterback is no exception. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can get that experience. In the classroom, out on the field, game night, but there's also another way, a new way, virtual reality. In this world, no one gets tired, there's no risk for injury, but the impact on the game is real.
Irvine, California, headquarters of Eon Sports, innovators in using immersive 3D technologies to train athletes. Nate Longshore is a quarterback coach and a pioneer in virtual reality training.
This is the Oculus, the head-mounted display. Go ahead and put this on.
Okay.
We're going to put you into the quarterback's position.
Is my team doing well?
For now, no, but they need you to lead them. I played football in high school, then went on to play at Cal in college. I did a little bit of time with the Dolphins, went into coaching. Now I coach and have a quarterback training facility. How many guys deep do you see?
1, 2.
This technology is basically the bridge between game film, whiteboard X's and O's, and the actual perspective you experience on the field. Your players see exactly what it's going to look like in the game. Now you're going to read this flat defender, so this guy here. Once you experience the software, once you dive in, it's like this is a game changer. This will be what everybody uses to get better.
My name's KJ Costello. I'm a quarterback at Santa Margarita High School.
Now, not just any quarterback, you're one of the top recruits right now in the nation.
Yes, sir.
On a recent Friday night, quarterback KJ Costello, a junior at Santa Margarita High, completed 25 of 34 passes for 411 yards and 4 touchdowns. He is one of the nation's top recruits, with offers already on the table from Michigan, Stanford, and Florida State, to name a few. He also happens to be one of the players Coach Longshore is training.
All right, we're going to use the cube. I want you to get in there, put these on. All right, take your position. Walk forward a little bit.
You know, playing quarterback experience is everything.
How many safeties?
To be able to be comfortable out there really changes the way you play. I'm thinking whole shot outside, or if they bail, take the seam.
Make sure you hit that hole throw before the safeties can get
In the seconds before the ball is snapped, there are hundreds of variables a quarterback must analyze. Simply put, the more defenses you read, the faster you get.
Athleticism, that's kind of God-given. The ones who really make it far, Peyton Manning's, the Tom Brady's, are the ones who take mental preparation to just a different level.
As a demonstration in an air-conditioned showroom, the technology is impressive. But how does it show up when you put it to work on a high school program facing serious game day pressure?
Football coaches are using virtual reality technology to provide instant feedback, helping their players develop more quickly. The GMC Yukon Denali features an innovative suspension that reads the road and reacts more than 1,000 times per second, providing feedback for the best ride possible. The GMC Yukon Denali, that's professional grade.
Burns High School is ranked second in the state and 88th nationwide. This season brings a unique challenge. They're forced to start a young player with no experience at a key position.
Grab your seat, quick. We got a few little things we're gonna do right here. My name's Brian Lane, and I'm the head football coach here for the Burns Rebels. A lot of high expectations here. We've won 11 state championships. We want to be the best football program in the country. That's always our goal. Let's beat T.L. Hanna, get us right. We're actually going to California to play De La Salle High School, one of the top teams in the country. Hopefully we're going to come out on top. The main thing this season is we had a kid get hurt. We got a quarterback that had been playing receiver. Micah Young came in, great athlete, could throw a football, but never started a varsity game. How do you get him ready? If you see a guy come off the edge, let's get out of it.
The Rebels feel they've done everything they can do on the practice field to bring their QB up to speed. Fortunately, they have forward-thinking coaches who have adopted virtual reality training, making them one of the first high schools in the country to embrace this new technology. Off the field, Micah is drilled every day on his reads.
Take a look. Take a look. You're in the game. You got to recognize the look. What you got?
We got a 3-2 box.
Okay.
You're looking at the defense, and you can tell what covers they're in, and if they're playing man, if they're playing zone, and it's just a great view. We could run knife. We could run Pittsburgh.
This is about recognition now. You got to recognize quickly. Open your eyes.
When I first get up there, I look and see where my safeties are, and seeing if I could run the ball, throw the ball, and just seeing what kind of opportunities they're giving you.
What just happened?
He just rolled to the middle of the field.
What happened to the right side? This system allows you to process information very, very quickly over and over and over. So it's feeding the brain, it's feeding the football IQ. Here comes the blitz. I've got it covered. What play do you want? That is where it happens. You know, it happens in their head. Once they can play fast in their head, they're gonna play fast on the field.
Burns High made the trip cross-country with Micah Young at the helm. They lost to De La Salle 56-28. It wasn't the win they hoped for, but it was a big step in the right direction. Micah, the sub-turn starter, completed 27 of 43 passes for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Virtual reality training might seem novel today, but it's tough to argue its effectiveness. After all, once you've experienced something in the virtual world, it's that much more familiar in the real world. And as more high schools and colleges adopt the technology, you can bet it's only a matter of time before it's embraced by the pros.